This tutorial is for 3rd grade Module 3, where we've actually taken some lessons from Module 4. This original lesson came from Module 4, Lesson 12. This question says Stacy tiles the rectangle below using her square pattern blocks. We're going to find the area of the rectangle first. So I see that the dimensions of the rectangle are 3 units by 4 units. To find the area of a rectangle, we need to take our length times our width. So the area of this rectangle would be 12 square units, since 3 times 4 is 12. The next direction says draw and label a different rectangle with whole number side lengths that has the same area. So we need another rectangle that also has an area of 12 square units. I'm going to draw a rectangle that has a length of 2 units and a width of 6 units. So 2 units by 6 units would give me a rectangle that has an area of 12 square units. So I have the same area as the first rectangle, but it's a different rectangle since it's a 2 by 6. Question B says, can you draw yet another rectangle with different whole number side lengths and still have the same area? I know that I need, again, to come up with a rectangle that has an area of 12 square units. This time I'm going to draw a rectangle that has 1 for its length and 12 units for its width. And since 1 times 12 equals 12, I know that the area of this rectangle is also 12 square units. The next question says, an artist paints a 4 by 16 foot mural on a wall. What is the total area of the mural? And we're asked to use the break apart and distributive strategy to find the total area. So you can see that the length of the mural is 4 feet and the width is 16 feet. It's been broken into 10 and 6. So we have a shaded rectangle and an unshaded rectangle. The original area would be 4 by 16, but we can break that apart into 4 times 10 plus 6. That's where we get our 16. I can then take 4 times 10 to get the area of the unshaded rectangle and 4 times 6 to get the area of the shaded rectangle. Well, 4 times 10 is 40 and 4 times 6 is 24. 40 plus 24 gives me the area of the entire mural. 40 plus 24 is 64. So the total area equals 64 square feet. Let's look at one more question. This one says, Elena tiles the 3 figures below. She says, I'm making a pattern. We're to find the area of Elena's 3 figures and explain her pattern. If I look at her first rectangle, I can see it is a 2 by 2 rectangle. So its area would be 4 square units, since 2 times 2 is 4. The next rectangle is a 3 by 3 rectangle. 3 times 3 is 9, so its area is 9 square units. The third rectangle is a 4 by 4 rectangle. 4 times 4 is 16, so its area is 16 square units. You can tell that her pattern is that each length and width increases by 1 as we move up the pattern. So the next figure would be a 5 unit by 5 unit rectangle. And the last rectangle would be a 6 by 6 rectangle. The area of the 5 by 5 rectangle would be 25 square units, since 5 times 5 is 25, and the area of the last rectangle would be 36 square units, since 6 times 6 is 36. These numbers, 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36, are considered square numbers because they make rectangles that have the same length measurement as width measurement, and they actually make a square, which is a special kind of rectangle.